Nick Diesel, a good customer of ours, had some questions about doing a Trailtech Speedo install. I'm thinking for our customers that are kind of our OG customers that we've been dealing with for a while, if they need help, maybe we can just start doing live videos, leave them up for a couple weeks, and then take them back down to kind of offer some advice. Figure this would be a better way to do it versus kind of going back and forth. So I'm just going to hang out in here, give you guys a little walk around, show you what I'm working on right now until Nick shows up. So Nick, just comment when you get here and I can start in on what you need to do. Pat's coming down. He heard me start a live. Look at it. He wants to be famous. Look at it. Here he comes. Hear him? Hear him? Hey, Pat, can you grab that real quick? Yep. You're the best. Pretty funny. A few things we're working on just to kill some time until Nick shows up. I have just put electrons on this puppy. What's up, buddy? Yeah, where are you, Nick? Just put electrons on my Zuma 140. And so we made these plates, had these plates made here. So these carbs can kind of sit just straight up. These are 30s. We had 28 millimeter Plinis on here. And then come to find out the pipe is just completely cracked at the bottom. So put new carbs on it, got the plates all dialed, modified the throttle cables, got them all ready to rock, and then realized the pipe is totally cracked. So this is what came off the bike. Yeah, so that's what came off the bike. And I'll show you guys where it broke. So now I've got to do my best to clean the grease out of these. I got to do my best to clean the grease out of this because it's going to be really hard to TIG weld. This is just super saturated with 3 years worth of grime and 2-stroke oil. So acetone, and I'm just going to try to heat some of this junk out of here, sand it, clean it up really well, and then hit it with the old TIG, and hopefully it'll stick. But yeah, just part of the nature of the beast when it comes to Italian-made race pipes. They're very thin. Hear that? Super thin, super light. So yeah, so waiting for you, Nick. Booster project is getting close. Got the paleo legs on here. Waiting on the floorboard right now because they're not production. Got the bars, stem, underseat storage, and we have a video, I think, on that. We have a live for sure. And then over here, feel free to ask any questions until Nick shows up, guys. Over here, we've got the Airox 8.1, and I'm doing it live for Nick because Nick wanted some help on something, so I figured I'd just make it real quick, show him what it is, and then we just take the video down in a week or something. So cool. Yeah, waiting for him to come in. So SmartCarb sent us a 36 on this bike, fires right up, runs really good. Apparently they say 1 to 2 hours they break in. So runs good, fires up. I just need to take it and put some time on it right now. But the bowl is really close to the carb. The bowl's really close to the tire here, so they're going to send me a special bowl so it clears. But I'll show you guys real quick kind of how this thing runs. As you can see, it's ice cold, but
you guys know the deal. One kick.
One kick? Better hope so. Sounds good. Nick in here?
Small size carb is currently 24, right?
26, which we have. I'll show you guys. We have a 26, which they sent us. And the 26 apparently they say works really good in place of a 24. So
all the way down to a 21, they said, right?
Yes, so they're gonna make like a 19 or 21. It's gonna be like a year until they're produced right now. We did put these online too, so if you guys want them, but it's gonna be about a year till they're produced, the 19s and 20s, and we're working with them on testing some things. So pretty exciting stuff. We're putting in work here to try to get you guys some smaller stuff for the scooter peeps.
Ooh, something you can show them.
So yes, it's gonna be a killer replacement for the CP21. This is 26 right now, so it's gonna go on the Dio. Electron.
They can see the difference.
Well, this is a smaller SmartCarb compared to the.
But just like that total design. pictures on
Yeah.
side by side.
Yeah, so there you go, guys. That's, again, this is like a 36, 34. This is a 34 Electron that was on the 200, and this is the 26 SmartCarb. So this would be good for like a Dio, 70cc Dio, a Zuma, like a built Zuma that's normally around like a 24, 28, 26. They say these respond really well, even if you need it in a smaller application. Probably gonna do a video side by side on like how these differ, what the difference is, how you adjust it. With this carb you put together, this right here is literally the only adjustment you have to make other than the idle. But that Airox, I put it on, ran perfect out of the box. The Electron, you're gonna pull the slide off to make an adjustment. But both of them are really good carburetors. But I'm really excited for that on the Honda Dio. And like I said, guys, they are available. We do have them for sale online. They do take 2 weeks to make. And if you ask why, that's because we build them to your specifications. So when you hop online and you buy one of these smart carbs that we have, you have to give us your type of bike, RPM, estimated horsepower, all that good stuff. And then we will actually have the carbs built specifically for your needs. So what our plan is, if we get the 20s, 19s and 20s, is to run them on one of our pre-bugs in here with a really common setup, and then we can install the right metering rod, and then we can adjust it properly on the dyno to be perfect for your bike. So it's zero tuning. You're just gonna put it on and go. So
How much does it cost, Brandon?
more than you can afford, Pat.
Oh.
I don't know what the price is on the small ones, but the big ones are
What are the biggest reasons to get one?
30% better fuel economy, and it was a 10% more horsepower.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you don't have to jet.
That was 10% doing nothing.
Nothing.
So
Yeah.
it could be more.
Once it's
And so
dialed.
how often do you adjust your carb? How often do you get gas? How much time do you waste messing with your carb? You can just go.
Dustin, if you want for your purple one, we have 26s available. That's perfect for your bike. If you want a 26, you can actually order the one that we have online. I can put it on this bike, the one we have back there, and then I'll order myself a replacement one for testing in here. If you want, that one's yours. I can make that happen fast. We can give you credit for this carburetor because it's been used for 30 seconds if you want. So like Pat said, literally, we put this on. I pulled up the choke. I clicked the knob down. I fired it, and it ran perfect. First run, picked up like a one wheel horse or wheel and a half or something like that. First run. Throttle response is crazy good.
3 wheel.
Was it 3? I don't know. A bunch. I do have a Pat, I just gave Pat the GoPro. I do have a video installing this on this bike. So this will be, Dustin says, done. That's yours, bro. Going on that one. Nice. We appreciate it. Cool. So I'll order one for us in the shop. That's perfect for that bike. We can get some dyno time on there for you and do that. We could even do a little install. So on this bike, I went from this guy here, this Kian. I went from this carb to the SmartCarb, and it was a 10-minute install. It's literally undo the throttle cable, if that, undo the throttle cable, undo the hose, and there you go. So
And you can get bowls in different colors.
you can get different bowls, you can get remote chokes and everything. This carb, this is a $700 carb, guys. It's not cheap. So, it's...
But that's the big one, that's why it's up.
That's the big one. So the big one's a 36, 38, 40, and the smaller one is a 20, 26, 28, and the smaller one's going to be available in a 19 and in a 20 as well. So
24 is...
we're not getting a 24.
I thought that's what we had.
26. The 26 works perfect. They said the 26 works good from like a 20, 21, 23, 24 size, so it works good kind of all in that realm. But I think the 19 and 21 is going to be really good. So the brand new Shercos are going to come with smart carbs. That's how they're getting them to be street legal here. So waiting on a front tire on this guy, and it's going to get the matching Power Pure. Apparently bought the only one in the United States. So okay, I guess I'll just do the video because I don't see him in here, but I'll do it and he can watch it later. So he asked me how to do a Speedo install on a pre-bug. So depending on the bike that you have, this one here, this is a disc brake bike, and you're gonna drill this spot right here, and you're gonna run the wire up here, and you're gonna glue the magnet to the wheel. So if you have a disc brake bike, that's very easy. If you wanna do Trailtech, so drum brake is gonna be a little different. I don't even have a speed. I don't have anything on this bike. Oh, I have the temp gauge. I don't have a Speedo on this one, but I can kind of show you guys for reference. It's going to be the same install, but what I typically do on the drum bike is there's a metal bracket. Just show us the Baja. It's the easiest way to explain it, Brandon. Baja's not here, actually. No, it's not here. It's at home. I don't think the Baja has a Trailtech, but so you're going to get a metal bracket that comes with your Speedo, and it's going to be...
No, the Baja doesn't have a Trailtech.
No. So you're going to get a metal bracket like this, guys. This is Paul, how Paul did his. So you're going to do the same thing on a drum bike. You can basically take this bracket and bend it any way you want. You typically have to, I think, get the hog one of these out, trim it up however you need, but just use this bracket and make it work. What I typically do, this is how Paul did his. I typically drill out the forks here, but with the way he has his, it may have been easier to do it this way. So on the drum bike, I take that metal bracket and I bolt that metal bracket here. I typically bring it around like this to the front of the drum, and I put the magnet right there on the surface. So yeah, I take that bracket and just, you'll have to bend it any way you want, tweak it, and bring it, Oi Manzika, I can't pronounce that, I'm sorry. Take this and you curve it around to the front. You could go around the back or up top, but you're just trying to take that bracket and you want to just offset it in your vise and get it to where it's up here, and then put your sensor in there. That's really the only way to do that on a drum bike. Again, it's not, tell Paul's googly eyes are whack. I've been trying to tell him, man, they're there to stay now.
We put those on like 9 months ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
It was supposed to be for like a week.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, there's not really, so, you know, Trailtech isn't going to make like a specific kit for our bikes. Plus this is all open in here. So you can't really put, anything here in the drum, right? So this is your rotating part here. So again, just take that bracket like how Paul's was. You can do the exact same thing. But instead of going to the bolt for the caliper, you're going to, Jesus, do you see how long his axle is on that bike?
Yeah.
Paul. Okay. That must be for riding Flying Honeys on the front. You're gonna do the same thing on the drum bike, guys. Exact same thing on the drum bike, except you are going to bolt it here. So really simple, curve it around and put your sensor there. Really easy. So I hope that answers you guys' question. Actually, on this one, let me show them real quick. Oh, it's not there anymore.
Oh yeah, that sensor was off this one.
Yeah, so before, the way this bike was, I think it was, we had the arm, it was, how did it, there was an arm that came off of here and it came in, and then we glued
for the Cosa one.
the magnet to the wheel. So you could do it on the front, the back wheel too if you want. So
that way you know how fast you're going in the wheelie.
Exactly. So you can do it on the back if you want, but.
Oh, it went to the magnet on here. Don't worry, I sneezed inside my shirt.
COVID. Okay, so yeah, you guys see how that goes. So I don't think there's any.
And you might want to mention, you do have to cut your side case cover for the Ravino.
I think it's in there in the product listing.
It depends on the bike. So
it does, because a bug eye may be different than a pre-bug, but
yeah, somebody asked, that's why.
Yeah. So there you have it, guys. That's how you do a Trailtech install. Nick, I'm sorry I missed you, buddy. I'm guessing you're probably busy or something like that. But hopefully this helps. And then, Nick, just shoot me an email when you watch it. I'll take this video down. Just going to try to do this for customers that have questions here and there. And it helps to do the videos rather than going back and forth. And just another way that it helps us to provide a service for our customers. So Zach West pre-bug's pretty much done. Waiting on, actually, it's funny. That part, waiting on a cover for that guy to come in, but.
Any questions?
Any questions? No, not yet. So, yeah. It's a pretty clean build. Should be pretty nice, a little dirty, but that's it. No questions. Any questions for Pat, guys? Any YouTube critique?
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube critique.
Things you want to see, things you
Don't want to see.
They're probably gonna say fly honeys.
Fly honeys, yeah, yeah, yeah.
If Brandon wants to bring his wife in.
Oh, I think I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
Yep. Fly honey.
Appreciate that. Pat runs Insta. He does. This guy right here.
Yep.
Yeah, is Pat gonna ride the CVT 70? What's a CVT 70? Oh, Max asked if you're gonna ride his CCT 70.
Oh yeah. I'll ride it.
Yeah, that's funny. Also, guys, I said it once before. Pat needs a pre-bug. He's actually going to build one.
Yes.
This bike is going to get parted out. So hit us up if you want any parts from it. It's a Minarelli SR50. No title. The Masters I'm going to keep though. Sorry. So the longer you guys wait. Jay says keep up the good job, Pat. Love the CH80 updates.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, we need to like start working on. Where is that thing? Anyways, way back there.
One by one.
Pile of parts. Yeah. So
Brandon's finally narrowing down his broad everything. Right now he's kind of in between two projects, but
yeah,
he doesn't have time to. We need to run the Airox for a while.
2 hours.
Yeah,
that's what it says. So, yeah. You asked about the parts, Joe. When you're ready to get the parts, send us an email and I'll send you an invoice. We get you a cylinder and a crank and stuff for that bike ready when you are. So, but yeah, I did a little bit. Yeah, I ordered the floorboard for it. So, communicating from Brazil. Thanks for watching, buddy. Yeah, so Airox is going to be done. Well, Airox, I'm sorry. Airox
just needs a tire for the front.
Needs a tire for the front. So, Pat is doing good. For real, SmartCarb Elite, just bill me. I'll send you an invoice. Yes, the mud guards for the pre-bug we shipped out. We're going to see if we can have them made. Leo Vince Evo GP3, I love it. It's absolutely, this bike out of all the pre-bugs I built, hands down, is the best. It's light with the drum brake front end. I love the drum brake front end. The pipe has a ton of bottom end. The cubby, you can't have it. And it's the only one. But this bike, we put this clutch or this RSC RSC lever on here, which I'm gonna try. I haven't tried yet, but we're gonna put that on. But that bike's it's done. It's done.
Nice out.
It is nice out, but I still haven't done any online stuff today.
What?
Yeah, I've been working on bikes. Pat comes down and he's like, "Oh, aren't the bikes done?" I'm like, "Why isn't this done?" I can't. I'm only one person. So, oh, the pipe's cracked. By the way, it didn't fall out. It broke. It snapped. It's over there on the welding desk.
Where did it break?
Top speed on the Leo Vince. Honestly, any pre-bug tuned right with a good carb, 19 or 21 preferably, with a good pipe and an over range on stock gears, you can do 60. So all these bikes, all my pre-bugs have done 60. Easy to put a crankshaft in without a tool.
Do not do it without the tool.
No, don't do it without the tool. It's a bad idea. You'll ruin things. So yeah, this should be around 60. Paul switched to a Contessa, I think, on this bike. He's got the wrong pipe because he's for race. He needs to switch to something else. But wheelie bikes, that pipe is perfect. So really happy with how that bike turned out. Once the twin is done, I don't know what you're doing there with that.
The reason for the tool is because the part where the rod sits on, which I can't think, what's the joint that it sits on? So this part that it sits on right here, if you stretch it or pull it, this will bend here.
Well, you're gonna bend
like
this
a
pin.
Micro bit, even if it's just slightly, because this is strong and all, but you'll change the clearance on this, and then this can actually just make micro movements, and just a tiny bit.
Your crank's done.
Fingernails distance is a lot.
Your crank's done, so it'll tear itself apart and likely spin your bearings, mess up your engine. So no, you have to use a tool.
You can like oblong where the bearing goes, so then the bearing will spin in there.
Yep, and your case is done, or your crank, everything's done. So everything explodes, big fireball and all that stuff. So Airox is pretty much there. Twin is, I had to weld that pipe up. The carb drone I was literally getting ready to start it. And I'm like, I'll just pop this thing in. And I realized I can't invest in TIG welding it until the online's done. That bike is good. And then I'm going to get back on this Dio and test the SmartCarb on it. And does running your bike with oil leaks on cylinder dangerous with a temp gauge? Oil leak on cylinder? I don't know. It depends if it's 4-stroke. If it's 4-stroke, no. You just have an oil leak. If it's a 2-stroke, you need to find out where it's coming from. But 2-stroke oil doesn't typically leak out of a cylinder head unless it's out of your exhaust, that's pretty normal. But I would run a temp gauge on any bike that's modified. But yeah, this bike, I'm going to get... It actually is fine. I think we robbed some front-end parts to help a customer out. So that bike's going to go on the lift hopefully next week. This, I'm hoping, is off the lift today.
And then Roughhouse or Rattler 110, however you want to specify it, video Monday and on Friday. And then that's the end of that series. That won't be revisited for probably a really long time.
Yeah.
And then the Airox videos are coming, and we have a very, very secret project that we can't talk about.
Oh boy.
So that's coming today, right?
Yes, it is. John's venture across the world to get it.
Another bike. What happened to the runner?
Oh, the guy went MIA. I lost it. It's gone. I ordered a Galera runner, guys. A mint one that the guy bought brand new in Rome. Found it, paid for it. He's had it for years. And U-ship went missing. So I lost a whole runner. So he went MIA. He won't answer. He won't pick up his phone. Said he was supposed to be here 3 weeks ago and just never showed up. So
did U-ship ever pick it up?
No, the guy picked it up. He has the bike.
Oh, so the guy that picked it up just disappeared?
He picked it up and said he was going to be here Monday, then he never showed up. And he won't get a hold of U-ship. Yeah. No, I didn't get a runner. Basically, I bought it. I own a runner, but the U-ship guy decided to apparently never bring it here. So really sucky because it was a very rare, very neat bike and lost some money on that one. So yeah, you guys, that's why we will never be in charge of U-ship. So, or never ship a bike. Dustin's Elite, really sweet build, Aero, super clean, super fresh. Paul got this all back together, got the nice malicious shock, and it is going to get a SmartCarb on it. Back there, is that do we don't have enough to make a video on that, do we?
We haven't videoed anything.
Yeah, no, I did. I did it on the GoPro on that one upstairs. I videoed Paul and I. Okay, it's pretty funny because it's a wreck. What we have here, boys, is this is really, we need to name it like zip tie or just something because it's just so gross. However, this supposedly is a 35 to 40 horsepower 180.
Giant vibrator.
It's a, yeah. So it does run, it does start. Paul and I threw it together on a Wednesday in like 2 hours, put the stem together, fired it up. It's got a spree wheel on the front. Vino 125 build. There's not really demand for those, to be honest. If you send us your Vino 125, we'll happily build it for you. But oh, Nick, there you are. I've been waiting for you all day, buddy. But yeah, this is a 180 trellis frame bike. It's absolutely going to be absolutely horrifying to ride. It's really ugly. We're going to keep it that way. Just need some handlebars, rear brake parts we have coming, but that's going to be coming too. I think that's it. Nick, if you want to rewind, I kind of went over all the brakes on this guy.
Rewind until you see this bike.
Rewind until you see this one. We kind of go over it, but you can kind of see that metal arm, how we did it on, or how Paul did it on his bike. Never mind his giant axle there. But that's what we did on Paul's bike, and that's what he did. All good, buddy. That's what we did on Paul's bike, and I would do the same thing on the drum. Just take that arm, notch it out, bend it however you want, and just go up and around and put your magnet on the top, or go down, however you want to do it. Also, I have done it off the case in the back, off the shock arm on a few bikes in the past. But yeah, super simple. Just as you see what he did. Obviously, if it was me, I would trim this all down. Paul he gets a little crazy with the paint pens. I don't understand. He's got, but he's got. Okay, he thinks he's a Honda dealer. All right.
Safe temp for 70cc Athena.
You want to stay below like 375 ideally. Yeah. So does that kind of make sense, Nick? How you know, with the drum brake bikes, you just kind of have to do it however, kind of just have to do it however it works for you. You have that bracket, I just trim it, paint it black, and just kind of bend it, offset it, however it works. However it works for you. You can come around the back side and then just glue the magnet right to here. I typically use, you can use a little dab of Honda Bond or something like that. So, if you
do it on this side too.
Yeah. Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could do that too.
Put it
Yeah.
here and just bend.
Yep.
You could just put it here and bend it, and
Yep.
then just put the magnet here.
Yep. Either way, super simple. Show you guys one more thing before I shut you down here real quick. And then we did the same thing on his. We're gonna put them up. Paul thinks we're gonna sell 1 million of these. I disagree, but we have some replacement pre-bug seat hinges. Apparently these break all the time and they're really thick, really strong. Have made here local. I just have 5, just painted them. Gonna put them up, see how they sell. If they sell good, we'll have them all fresh powder coated and raise the price a little bit. But for now, we're gonna do these really cheap. Just put them up to see, get a feeler if people need them, because they crack right here on the pre-bugs, and you cannot get them anymore from Yamaha. If you find one online, they're like 60 bucks. 60, 70 bucks if you can find a used one. But yeah, so all right, guys, I'm gonna do online, fix my broken pipe here. So thanks for watching. Nick, what?
CH80.
Oh, CH80. Oh, what's this? Oh, weird. CH80 variator? Oh, that's strange. I wonder how that got in there.
Weird.
Weird. Strange. CH80 variator? Weird.
Starter for not this bike?
Starter?
Weird.
Yeah. All right, buddy. Dustin, I'll send you invoice. Have a good weekend. I'm going to try to get back to fixing my things that are broken.
Ship out parts.
Ship out parts. See you guys.